Cutbacks in the fire service, 8 more stations set to close with jobs lost.
Our number one job when we join the fire and rescue service is to make the public safe, and that our ability to do that is being affected by these cuts.
Well, it's also led to fears about the time it will take for the emergency services to reach you. We'll tell you which stations are at risk. Cuts kill. That's the stark warning from firefighters in Dorset and Wiltshire today, who've been protesting at stations that could close under proposals to save money. This is what's going on. The fire service wants to shut 8 on-call stations, 4 of them in Dorset, 4 of them in Wiltshire. 96 firefighter posts will also be lost as a result, as well as 14 fire engines and specialist vehicles. Now, the Fire Brigades Union is warning that lives will be put at risk if these closures go ahead and jobs will be lost. Will Glennon reports now from a packed meeting of the area's fire authority, which oversees the service.
It was clear to see the strength of feeling in the face of fire station closures. There was standing room only as around 200 people, firefighters, members of the public, came to the Dorset and Wiltshire Fire Authority meeting. 8 fire stations have been proposed for closure, 4 in Wiltshire, 4 in Dorset.
It will undoubtedly affect public safety. The response times in this county are 2.5 minutes longer than the national average. You cut 96 firefighters from the front line, you close fire stations, you will never getting those back. And look, we have seen the devastation that cuts have caused in the UK Fire and Rescue Service, and that is impacting here.
The 4 Wiltshire stations proposed for closure are Ramsbury, Bradford-on-Avon, Wilton and Mere. The 4 across the border in Dorset, Charmouth, Cranbourne, Hamworthy and Maiden Newton. In Bradford-on-Avon, firefighters say closure could cost lives.
This is a really serious matter. It's serious because, you know, we're talking about the future of the fire service, we're talking about the future of lives.
Wilton is just outside Salisbury. It's also a retained firefighter station like Bradford-on-Avon. One local councillor, who's a former firefighter, says the station is vital to the community.
A barn fire, for example, or a thatch fire is a classic example. A thatch fire would probably have 8 pumps. So to draw that in and then the support that's required to back that up and support that is huge. And it would involve by reducing the stations, doing a lot of cross-border support from the area like Hampshire as well.
Dorset and Wiltshire Fire and Rescue Service say that despite saving £15 million every year as a result of combining the 2 authorities back in 2016, they're still facing a budget deficit. Costs are going up, they say, and government funding is being cut. The service admits there will be impacts, with response times likely increasing, according to their modelling. In some cases by seconds, but in others by minutes.
I'm really sad. I certainly didn't start this job to be stood here today talking to you about closing fire stations. My heart's bleeding having to do it, but I simply have no other option other than to present the proposals that will address our deficit, incurring the least possible risk. There will be an increase in risk. We're not shying away from that, but I simply have no other option. I have to find the money.
The public consultation will last for 13 weeks. Then a final decision on the fire station closures will be made by the Fire Authority at the end of June. Will Glennon, BBC South Today, Salisbury.